Sometimes the hardest part isn't what happened, it's what we keep carrying long after it's over. A simple story with a powerful life lesson. If you are rebuilding your life, if you are carrying regret, if you are holding on to mistakes from the past, don't just listen to the story, relate to it. Because you may discover that the heaviest thing you are carrying isn't in your hands, it's in your mind. Let me explain. A man once carried a brick in his backpack every day, not because he needed it, not because it had value, but because he believed he couldn't move forward without it. And for years, that brick became heavier and heavier. The strange part, the brick was never the problem. Just imagine carrying a backpack everywhere you go. At first, it's easy. One brick doesn't seem like much. You can still walk, you can still work, you can still smile, so you convince yourself it's fine. But days become months, months become years, and slowly the weight changes you. You walk slower, you get tired faster, you stop taking opportunities, you stop believing in yourself, yet you keep carrying the brick. One day, someone asked him, "Why do you carry that?" The man answered, "Because this brick reminds me of what happened." Actually, it reminded him of his failures, his mistakes, the opportunities he lost, the people who left, the plans that never worked out. The brick became his identity. He wasn't carrying the memory anymore. The memory was carrying him. Then something changed. Another traveler looked at him and asked, "What would happen if you put it down?" The man laughed. The reason was he had carried it for so long that he couldn't imagine life without it. The brick felt familiar, heavy but familiar, and that's what many of us do. We carry regret, we carry bitterness, we carry old versions of ourselves, not because they help us, but because we have carried them for so long. Eventually, the man stopped. He took off the backpack. He held the brick in his hands. He looked at it, and for the first time, he asked a different question. Not why did this happen to me, but why am I still carrying it? Then he put it down. The road ahead didn't become easier, but he became lighter. For a moment, nothing changed. The road was still long, the mountain was still steep, the sun still set at the end of the day, but something inside him was different. Every step felt a little easier, not because the road had changed, but because he was no longer fighting yesterday while trying to walk into tomorrow. And that's when he realized something. The brick had never protected him. It never made him stronger. It never changed the past. All it did was convince him that he had to suffer forever for things he could no longer change. But the past doesn't ask to be carried, it only asked to be remembered. The caring, that part is our choice. And maybe that's why so many people stay stuck. Not because they can't move forward, but because they keep looking backward. They keep replaying the same moment, the same mistake, the same loss, and if thinking about it one more time will somehow change the ending, but it won't. Some chapters of life don't need to be fixed, they only need to be finished. And the moment he understood that, the brick stopped feeling important. It was just a brick. The meaning he gave it was the real weight all along. That's the lesson. Rebuilding doesn't always start when life changes. Sometimes rebuilding starts when you finally stop caring what no longer serves you. The past can teach you, but it doesn't have to travel with you forever. Because the rebuild begins the moment you stop arguing with reality and start walking forward again.